Well, hello. Today is the 1963 AIP movie, directed by Roger Corman and starring Vincent Price, The Haunted Palace. In 1765, Joseph Curwen is burned at the stake for being a warlock. 110 years later, Curwen's direct descendant, Charles Dexter Ward, arrives after inheriting the huge Curwen estate. He is met with hostility from the locals. The huge palace has a creepy caretaker and is in itself very creepy. The spirit of Curwindo starts to take over Ward. From his oil painting that creepily hangs on the wall. Curwen reunites with his warlock buddies who also are around. He plans to resurrect his mistress and continue to resurrect the elder gods. He also gets his revenge on the descendants of those who burned him alive by burning them alive. He plans to take Ward's wife to sacrifice to the elder gods. Only a mob comes and starts to burn the place down. When they destroy the oil painting of Curwen, that seems to free Ward from his control. They flee the burning palace with Ward no longer possessed. So this movie was another AIP movie directed by Corman and starring Vincent Price. And it's part of the Edgar Allan Poe series that he did. Uh, it also isn't though really strictly a Poe movie. I mean, they use the title from a poem of his and kind of quote the poem at the end. But it's really a story that was adapted from an H.P. Lovecraft story, The Case of Charles Dexter Ward. And Corman actually I think, didn't want to use the Haunted Palace title, but AIP overruled him because the Poe movies were so successful. They wanted to tie this in as a Poe movie. But H.P. Lovecraft wrote some pretty good horror there, and this is a very excellent adaptation, I think, of his story. I never read it, but it's a very creepy story. It has the elder gods and the Necronomicon and stuff like that. And it was filmed in England for 1.2, and it made 1.2 million at the box office. I don't know how much the movie cost, but knowing if it's that Corman did it, it's probably dirt cheap. And it also had like Lon Chaney Jr. in the role of the creepy caretaker. And this is Lon Chaney's only movie he did with Corman. And Deborah Paget, the wife of Charles Dexter Ward, this was her last movie. And her little tidbit of trivia is that Francis Ford Coppola wrote some additional dialogue for this movie. And obviously, it's a fun movie. I think it's very creepy with Vincent Price getting to play two parts. He plays the evil Curwen, and he also plays the good Charles Dexter Ward. And I think he probably enjoyed doing that because it really gives him different acting ranges to play in a movie. And like all of the core those Corman movies that were done in the 60s with Vincent Price, they're really beautifully well done. I mean, the sets and the shots and everything. It's a fun, creepy movie. I enjoyed it. I think it was well done. Like all the movies, I know I got a bunch of Blu-ray packs for Vincent Price and that, and this is one of them, and I enjoy it. And I think I'd recommend anything that Vincent Price did. So if you stuck with me this long, I thank you. You're a unique individual.